Hello people, this is Indible, welcome to Roguetech. Sorry, it's been a couple days, so I'm not that aware of what happened, but I think we moved until we had our mechs out of repair. We still have some day of fatigue in the A-team. We went to the shop and sold a bit of surplus and just made a bit of spring cleaner there. And with all that being said, I think we're sending the B team to just obliterate the base. We have the A team ready mostly, so I guess we're sending the B team here. Vehicles out, and we just start bringing people in. So we've got Maki, we usually send on a vehicle. He's good enough to go on other places now, but Kestrel wants to be on a vehicle, and I think we're just putting Maki on one of the good vehicles. Just let's see if we have someone, yeah, that's better, I guess. Nope. We wait. I think we're doing it this way. So, let's start by the punch bot. We start with you. And we move from here. You have avatar. We can do what we want with you, so we're sending you to the Hyperion. We've got Opshaw, who is archer trained, so there you go. You're also training with the archer, so we swap things around a bit. Striker had some Warhammer affinities, so there he goes. And we still got Synapse, Stunning, Paradise, yeah, plenty of people to just put around. And I guess Witness goes on the Conquistador, because that's what we got. We got a team ready. We could swap the Hyperion out and put another vehicle, but we've got no vehicle pilots around, so I think that's good enough to deal with the base. The cost is going to eat the very lion's share of this. Sorry, just fixing some stuff. I think if we don't get a good set of missions in 11 days when we swap around a month, we're just calling it a day and moving to the next research planet, because I'm highly suspicious there's two kinds of research in the map. There's one kind of research which gets you the super heavy missions, and there's another set of research planets which, well, it just says research. You just really don't get research in them, as we've been able to see in the shop here. For this being a research planet, the shop is appallingly bought. So I do think there's something to it, going behind the scenes, just so you're not able to farm everything around. But as we've seen, we got super heavy missions in planets which are not research now. The last planet we were at, where we got the Tiamat mission, that was not a research planet, and yet we got a super heavy mission, so... Oh, this map. Well, yeah, we've got allies, but the allies are not going to do anything at all here. Because this map is just... Well, we could put the shooters in here. There's a thought. So let's see, that's the Hyperion. Who's second on the deploy list? That's one of the... oh no, we're bound. So we just... what's the green? I'm hoping the green only means we're deploying in the jungle. So there we go. We're quite near. We have these mountainous blockers, so it's not as good as it could be, but still. And we have a hot drop. Just we're seeing turrets, which means we know what we're going to be doing here. But there's also a garrison to be had. So yeah, you're not getting in range. You are. So it might be a good idea to start on them turrets. We're not seeing exactly what these turrets are, but this one here for sure is autocannon because of the long barrels, so we started. Not you. Not you. We're waiting. You can get. So we want vision to this one here. It's not as good as it could be, but still it's good enough. We have some 300 to go. Not. That's better. If we're able to just obliterate this one, then later on we can move to other things. We hit with the peeps, which makes it quite easier. And you, with the firepower you have, we go for the second turret here. We could get a nasty surprise when they start. When we start seeing the mechs, but getting 2 turrets out of the way is good enough. And we're always bound to receive a bit of incoming damage with... we're seeing a ghost, that's not too worrying. So, MRMs. So, we want to get to somewhere where we have range. And it looks we have decent range on the first turret. So, a bit of acid, although it's not needed here. So we just go with Apollo. This thing doesn't need much to completely disappear. We're probably going over in damage by some 70 points, so that's it. Yeah, we've got friends, but they're not... they probably won't be able to do much here. So, the Ifrit moves up, gets the AMS on overload, and we just shoot some to the turret, actually. And we momentarily saw what looks to be like a light mech. So you're in range to do things to the ghost, and as bad as this shot might be, we're just getting a bit of acid there and a bit of standard.
Target confirmed.
That's some 16 stacks of acid, and we just send our punch bot in search of an angle which we're not getting, but still we got vision to this turret here. It's not a good shot, but still we might be able to get the turret. Nope. Yeah, heavy damage. A bit of flares, that was, man. So let's see what the light here does. Looks like an Owen, probably. Owens, sorry. We'll see it. And he went for the Ifrit, so no biggie here. Let's see if we got sensors on him now. Yeah, it's an Owens. So, no, not there. We do it like this. No need for wasting ammo here. That's more than enough to bring this one down. So that's 2 turrets. And it very much looks like, well, that's something bigger. That definitely is something bigger. So, well, no identification on him. So we're dealing with him next turn, and we have something just sending tandems to the Ifrit. So the carrier will just acid the mechs in front. And yeah, you are the chosen one, because the other one was already a bit acided. And we move from here. Yeah, well, that's some artillery. As we've already established, we're bound to get a bit of return damage here until we get these turrets out. Okay, don't fret about it, man. So, we disengage supercharger because we're unsteady anyway, we're just shaking off stability. We sensor lock the ghost, might help, it does. And now it's just a matter of aciding him and just letting someone else deal with the thing. We got a punch bot. We see a Raptor 3, but I'm much more willing to go for the turret if I'm able to, because that's Thumper. So there we go. Bit of damage there. And you're going to just go with everything on the Thumper, really. I know, it's quite late in the timeline, but still, I want it out. And this gets also... Yeah, you're gone, Thumper. We don't have to worry about you anymore, so there's that. You just move up, you should have decent... Well, could be better, actually, but with the amount of LRMs we're sending there, he's not long for this world. So, we have vision here, even if it's obstructed. I know, it's not an excellent hit chance, but still, we're just going to melt these Owens. So let's see what 95 tubes to this thing. That's an LRM explosion. And Hephaestus can't do much here, so we'll just start shooting buildings.
Locked on target.
because we eventually have to do it, so might as well
Commander.
start now. Oh, you can't sensor lock the Raven. Still, we do what we must do here. So a bit of Inferno and a bit of everything else. This should start crippling him.
Reporting.
So, we got the Diastar.
Wit.
We will sensor lock the Raptor. Not that we need it much, but still, just out of habit. I will just go for him.
I hear ya.
This should get you to freak out. With you, we're just working on the Executioner. That's our prize mech here, unless reinforcements be a bit more interesting. So you have some hit. And let's see what he does, this Executioner. I guess, yeah, he goes for the Ifrit, and he should overheat badly.
Damage minimal.
So next turn we'll get going on you, but for the moment we just move the Hyperion and try to get it in range. The Raptor is not a thing that worries us too much right now, so let him move freely. His Intimidated doesn't even shoot, so there's that. And you didn't even shoot. Turret.
Warning.
Yeah, reinforcements. Okay, let's see them. We only got 2 mechs to go through here, and that's an arrow turret. So let's see where the reinforcements are. They're back there. Well, that's a very good hit on the Hephaestus. So we're seeing a Marauder, a longbow. So all in all, decent mechs here. Let's try to sensor lock the Marauder. We've got a pretty baby, and we don't know what else we got. So sensor locking you helps, but the chances are just not good enough. So I guess we go for the building here.
Confirmed.
Good shot, Commander. Enemy structure down.
This is bound to get us a bit of return damage on the Clan Archer, but still. Just let's see what they do. The pretty baby also hits, but it's the Conquistador. He can take it.
Good to go.
So, problem is we probably don't have range to deal with those things. So we just start moving, and we send a bit of LK to the Artemis turret. To the arrow turret, sorry. Let's see the longbow. It goes for the Ifrit. That's just good.
Orders.
So you're just shooting in the general direction of these mechs. Got a bit better chance on the Marauder, so there you go.
I hear ya.
You just get in there and trash this one.
Roger that.
That's it.
Target. That's a kill. Whoa! Easy on the armor, buddy.
Well, don't worry, that was you. So
Roger. Full
we
speed.
go for range. We engage enhanced imaging, and we just see what chances do we have here. Bit better chances on the Marauder. I'm betting offensive pushing. Well, this time it doesn't actually help. So we're just sending random bot shots in the Morada direction. We even hit 2, so that's not half bad. And our friends actually do have range on the reinforcements, so we keep Infernoing the Executioner. No, he's mostly done this one, so we go with Guided on the turret.
Time to die.
Turret is likely to just
Ready
shoot.
for orders.
Yeah, we need the supercharger here because we want to get rid of that turret. So that's a bit of standard and a bit of acid. Should do the trick. It does.
One less.
All the turrets down.
What's the plan?
Dire Star is mostly out of range. Mostly. We still have a shot on the pretty baby. So that's 3 good hits back there. And we still don't know if they're bringing a 4th mech.
Pedal to
So
the metal.
just let's see chances back there on the reinforcements. That's not good at all. But we can send a bit of acid and a bit of standard to the Marauder. We've already shaved almost 200 piece parts, armor plates, so this should do it. And there's something. Oh yeah, that was the Executioner, obviously. King Crab. Can get a bit more Inferno here. So there we go. We're overheating, so no Inferno, sadly. Still, this should help.
Reporting. Heavy damage.
Not heavy damage, man. So there was somewhere where we had... Well, maybe not. Looks like we don't have vision to the Executioner, but we're keeping with Inferno locked on him.
Orders.
And the Archer actually can't disengage. I know, I said this was our prize mech, but still we really want to start
Engaging target.
doing things here. So that's only your Hyper Assault Ghost left.
Standing by.
Hephaestus moves here,
On the move. Full speed.
and we keep on shooting back there. It's very bad hitchances all around, but some will hit. We got leg open, and we actually pull back here. So bit of Artemis on you. This should freak you out a bit more.
What's up, boss?
So we go to the forest with the Archer. And that's a bit better hitching, so there we go. We got him open on the arms as well.
I think I hit something.
And we keep punching him.
Waiting for orders.
So you just push up here.
Moving fast.
So if we go back there, we don't have... Well, that's a 51. That's actually not half bad. Let's see Artemis back on the Marauder. It's the same, so we go for crits on the Marauder. 51% is actually decent enough that we want to send something back there. And you do actually are able to mostly destroy this thing. He's lagged, he's on the ground. And we'd rather much deal with them from distance.
Acknowledged.
Diasta
As you wish.
can also go for the fallen mech, but he's got a 50% here on the pretty baby. That's good damage all around. We'll just send some splash to the pretty baby, but he's got the peep destroyed. He doesn't have much to follow up.
Pedal to the metal.
So the carrier just goes for the executioner. Standard all around, because we've got surplus of this one. At least he's going to the ground. So that should be him pretty much accounted for this turn. Let's see what the longbow and the pretty baby do. They're going for the king crab, which is good. Some sensor lock on the dire star, but he's shooting the king crab as well. And that actually
I'm taking a pounding,
is an
Commander.
arrow, so we have to be aware of the longbow. Marauder gets up. He still has an ear peep and a ghost, but his aim should be pretty shaken. It is. And the executioner gets up. He might be able to fire the hyper assault, but my guess is he goes for the flyer. He does. So,
Good to go.
well, within no means, shape or form able to do nothing on the back ones. So with the executioner we just with the crab we just destroy the executioner.
Enemy down.
We got him. No big deal.
Destroyed.
Might be something interesting in that cockpit that we just want to take. And the Conquistador has a target on the Marauder. This should be too much for him to handle. So
That's a kill.
yeah, there's a fourth mech back there that we don't see. So we're now sending the Ifrit with the jet booster. This is just to try and see what we can see back there.
Full speed.
And there's an Anubis. Still, we go for the pretty baby. We've already started there, so
Scored a
this
critical
is
hit.
just follow up.
Yes, Commander.
The Archer can engage Supercharger, which he will. And we just start moving to get in range next turn to do something with the... So let's see, with the longbow. Well, there's not much to be seen here. Still, we got 60 ammo, so it's enough to get rid of one of them buildings.
Down, Commander.
One to go,
I'm out of short-range missiles. Got it. Max
and
speed,
we're
no
just
shooting.
sending hot stuff to the longbow, because these arrows are actually the most dangerous thing we have on the field right now. There's no direct line of sight to be had, so we just move, sprint and shoot the pretty baby. It's a 40%, we don't deal full damage, but still it's something. The Anubis shoots the Ifrit. It's good. He can handle that.
Yes, Commander.
Hephaestus moves up.
Shooting. Just running.
Warlords, because we have it. And we get an arm of the pretty baby.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
No, he already had. No, yeah, we get the arm
Yes,
off.
Commander.
Just keep shooting. Back there, we'll move on later, but we've legged him and pretty much opened him up completely. So there's nothing much this pretty baby can do, and he even gets damage to the center and disappears. This means
What can I do for you?
we don't have a target to shoot at with. Well,
Going turbo.
that's something. So, a bit more Inferno and a bit of Guided back there.
Got it. Standing by.
Yeah, you might be able to shoot, but...
Acknowledged.
And we just maneuver. He didn't shoot the arrows this time. No wonder. He's in dire trouble when it comes to hit, so that's why he didn't.
Commander?
So, our punch bot can push up.
Moving fast.
He's pretty much fresh, so we swap to high explosive. And we just go for the building where we have the better chances. Yeah, whatever. It's just about
Orders.
using the mechs we have to just get damage in. Not here. Probably here is good enough.
Double time. Let's go.
That's a bit of Artemis SRM to the torso.
Affirmative.
Because that's a long bow. It's not bound to have much for armor. So there we go. We keep shooting that torso. That's it for you.
More where that came. Ready for orders.
And we're just going to shoot LK here.
Time. Let's go.
Because we have some. Well, we have MP. So we just sensor lock the Anubis in case someone can see him later, but we're mostly shooting EMP to the open torso. We cluster mostly to the center, but one got the arrow ammo, so that's him gone. And the archer can't get in position. So we disengage the supercharger and we'll do it next turn. We just go see damage building, and with that
Roger that.
we're done with the base. There's just an Anubis to be dealt with, so that's something
Waiting for orders.
we will very much do next turn. Hephaestus,
Awaiting orders.
just
I'll be
we
there
chill.
before you know.
We're good with you. Let's see what the Anubis does. It should go for the Ifrit, so no biggie here.
Commander,
Conquistador can move.
double time.
We swap to LK and we shoot some. It's a light, so it shouldn't take much to deal with the Anubis.
Roger.
And we just move because we have to with the big wounds, but they're never going to be in range here. So, a bit of acid,
No
a bit
sweat.
of guided. We hopefully open the torso, and that's the mech.
And stay down.
We'll see what we have for loot in the loot table. Sadly, we had to go for the Executioner because we didn't know what that fourth mech was. There's bound to be enough targeting systems and whatnot to just make this worthwhile. So we lose 300,000, yeah, that's a thing. But we got 4 awesome parts, some longbow parts as well. We're bound to have some more other parts laying around. Sadly, the arrows are not clan tech, so we're not taking them. The repeating TCMP, I think we already found this during this run. It's an interesting item. Thumpers could be a thing if we have shaped armor. Shaped charges, sorry. So let's see what's there for ammo. No, just regular ammo here. So there's nothing extra valuable on the systems. Well, we could just take money here. But much rather grab more other parts and later on sell them, because I don't think we have that many longbow parts around. And the awesome, well, it's got an extra light, so yeah, that's something. At least we bring a pretty baby up. We get to see what it has inside. We get 1 part of the Executioner as well, 1 part of the Longbow, 1 part of a Marauder, 1 part of a Raptor 3, an ATM-3 Pirate, which we're selling, all the lasers in the world, which are getting sold, and regular SRM4, well, a Valiant variety, but we're selling, cockpit small advance, and Com Suite Plus, which we sell, Sensor Sentinel, we already got one, Sensors Basic we're selling, and Structure we're selling. That gets us to 40 and change, which is going to be pretty much 40 or million when we get out of here. So all in all, decent stuff. And we just now go take a look at the storage and we see in what shape do we get this awesome, because well, there might be some things to sell around and actually make this a profitable mission. So there's that. Should take some 4 days to repair everything. Well, it says 6, but when we swap things around, we're going to find pretty much, yeah, what I said, 4 days, and we even get to have the Racgausszilla out of repairs, so that's a good one. I think we still have some things to put in there before we can play with the thing, but all in all, so we get the awesome. Let's see the pretty baby, and just seeing if by random picks, well, we're just selling the Raptor 3 we got, because that's not actually a thing we want to build. And well, it's broken in the center. You must step up your game, young. This is just not good enough. So this goes to scrap. It's 300,000 we get from this one, so we actually made a small profit from this one. And we're just pushing until we get out of repairs here before we get to see. Yeah, sure. We lose 1 medical point, but we don't need much medical points right now, actually. So, work on the Leviathan done. Just let me have a look at what we have here, and we try to see what's to be had in there. We have some sort of violation, So let's just see. So, what's the invalid location you have? Oh, the cooling, obviously. Do we have a proto laying around? No, we have to get a proto out of somewhere. You're not a battle computer, are you? No, that's a very good cockpit, don't get me wrong, but doesn't look like we get to put battle computers in there. Just let's try. No, you can't get out of here, you're fixed, so we just have to find a mech with proto heatsinks we don't want to use. Should be easy enough, actually. Heatsink kit prototype. There we go. So, yeah, I know it's not going to be as good. Still, Radical should do the trick here. We're losing a bit of heat management, but we get an emergency coolant system. This should be good enough to deal with what we have to deal here. So, there's some things we want to improve in this one, maybe. Namely sensors, but how do we do that? Because I don't want, well, we're radical means we can't use prototype. That's one thing to bear in mind. So we go to heatsinks and we actually put a double heatsink in here if we have the slots. We don't, so we get rid of the air medium. That allows us to get you in here. Yeah, that's still bad. So we take the jammer out. You're actually almost never in place now to do it. We get a heat bank in because it helps. We can actually get extra heat sinking in the core, so that's better. And we should be able now to get real ECM in here and get sensors that really are better. That's much better, in my opinion. So I guess we take out one bin of Artemis. We actually move LK inside. And I guess the first bin of ammo we usually run off is acid. So there you go. That's some things done here. We want to go to the Hephaestus as well, because this thing has need for better sensors as well. So ear peep gets out. We go to sensors and we actually get powered in. Just go see if we have a rangefinder, which we have. And we now look at our options here. We bring in radical heat sinking. So how much heat do we have? Some 20. which is not a lot considering we might want to just stock up on AMS ammo. Put case 2. We'll get there. So give me case 2. That's it. That's much better. So let's see if we can get some weapon here, which is actually worth putting. Well, that's something. And we can put you here. We should have some laser insulators. Okay. Okay, I get it. Oh, we actually have case 2 on the center. So we didn't need to bring this case 2 here. This ammo is now exploding, so that much we have going for us. And yeah, we have heat trouble now. We're actually not using. Let's rework this a bit. Yeah, I know, invested a lot to get things in here, but oh, we want to put the recoils. So that's one. I know, stop moving. We have 3 slots, so we can get another double heatsink in. We can get more slots here. And we're basically never running out of Racgausszilla, so that's another double heatsink. And we just try to find where that last. Nope, not here. Here. So that's actually it. Yeah, we lose a bit of. Well, we actually don't lose firepower. We actually gain some firepower. We should have better sensors now, so should be a bit better, this one. We'll see it. And another mech who is very much in need of a refit is the 5S. But I'm actually not sure what can be done with this one. Go take a look at our missile options, because we still have the MMS 40, just pretty much. That's 480, 540. So okay, 2 slots. We'll get there. Don't worry. So, just hypothetically speaking, MMS, stop moving please, you make me nervous when you do that. We can get case 2 clan in here. Regular. We just move out. We want the MMS ammo. And we actually have slots travel right now. So what is it going to be? Do we have... Nope, we don't have Dreadnought gyros laying around. Well, we're mostly using View for acid now, so let's see if a regular MRM 30 fits. Let's see the ammo. We don't have acid if we go like this. So nope. Oh come on, it's locked right now. I can't. So we're just waiting to do a rework here. But it should be something in these lines. We'll probably get rid of Artemis and just swap MRM acid ammo from somewhere to here, and from there we get going, because what we care mostly about the 5S now is the acid. So there we go. And what we can actually do is get cooling in here and just seeing how we are in terms of cooling. So yeah, looks good. We have to bear in mind that we actually have the racks, which are going to increase. Too many. Oh, we've got laser AMS already. Well, I want the AMS Mark II as well. And we've got space here, so why not do it? We still got some 17 tons to play with, 16 now, so that's something. Obviously not a railgun, because that's same tonnage as the rack. Well, six additional free slots. What are you talking about here? So you move to center, I'm guessing. So let's just see if we can. No, it can only be worked in the center. So that's actually not an option for you. Just move the ammo around. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. Take this out. We get some stealth. We got 2 free slots. Does this count as a vehicle? Don't think so. So either a vehicle or an active probe, and I think the active probe is better. And we just put one more bin of gauze ammo. And the rest can be armor, for what I care. It's going to take a bit to get the armor done, but still. 315 the legs. And we can still go. 400 is good enough, I guess. So we improve the back armor on the sides. And yeah, that's decent enough if you ask me. We'll see how it performs. DNI Mark II is a very good cockpit, but I'm actually not sure how it's going to be when we talk about recoil reduction. Oh, and we haven't actually done the recoil reduction here. So we're actually just pushing back, I guess, and getting the upper recoils and whatnot in here for better accuracy. Because we want this here, and we want this here. But that's just recoil, it's no accuracy. Well, it's one accuracy with this one. So it's 4 tons. We have to get through here. Well, the engine head sinking can be brought down. And we just get a +2 head sinking. This should be decent enough for the moment. Although, just let's get back to 300 on the legs. So that's +3. And we're good. It's 6 days to get there. So we're just making you a Gauss monster. I just don't care enough about other things to do. It's 1 day repairs mostly on the things we're doing here, but we can actually drop without the Conquistador. We just bring the Warhammer and that's it. So I guess that's pretty much what we're doing next day, but for now this one is over. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, please consider leaving a rating and subscribing if you're not. It's always good to leave one comment for the algorithm monster, so there you are. Have a good one.